Hey, what's up, guys? It's Corey here with Dapper Dollars, and today we're going to talk about Redbubble versus merch by Amazon. You ready? Let's get started. So, this channel is all about using online income opportunities with print on demand like merch by Amazon, Etsy, Redbubble, and things like that to create income for ourselves, invest this income in things like the stock market, real estate, and stuff like that to create financial freedom for ourselves and our family. If that sounds like something you're interested in, like and subscribe, and let's get started. So, Redbubble versus Amazon. These are the two biggest print-on-demand providers in the internet. Now, Etsy is definitely in that conversation. I want to do a video on Etsy in a little bit, but right now, today, we're just talking about merch by Amazon and Redbubble. First, let's start with some facts about the two companies that sets them in a pretty distinct light. First of all, let's talk about the viewers that these two businesses have. Now, monthly viewers for Amazon is pretty significant. Amazon gets around 200 million monthly viewers. Now, not all these people are going to merch by Amazon. They're not all going to look for products to buy as related to print on demand like they are on Redbubble, but that is still 200 million people going to Amazon. And Amazon is amazing at upselling people. Amazon does a fantastic job of taking existing customers who come to Amazon and putting a ton of stuff in front of them that they know that they would probably buy. This really works in your favor if you're selling on merch by Amazon, that being because your stuff is a lot more likely to get in front of people because Amazon wants to sell as much stuff as possible, especially if it's stuff on merch by Amazon, because that's their stuff. They're basically selling their own products to other people. So it's very profitable for them to do that. Now, Redbubble. Redbubble has about 19 million viewers per month, almost 20 million viewers per month, and it's a great amount of people for the size of Redbubble and the amount of people that are on the internet. However, it is definitely not 200 million. But this is still good because most of the time we know that people who go to Redbubble are there because they have found something, they're looking for something that they have not found on Amazon. Because we know in the past video that we did that Amazon is the place where most people start their buying journey or things like that on the internet. So if people haven't found what they want on Amazon, they likely Google it. Redbubble is a great partner with Google, so Redbubble comes up in a lot of those searches, and that's how Redbubble gets a lot of those 19 million people. So people who come to Redbubble are looking for stuff that they haven't been able to find on merch by Amazon, which means that those two demographics and customers are very different. So Redbubble is likely you've seen a more artistic, very unique person, whereas merch by Amazon is a little bit more of the Walmart brand of design. It's not exactly high design, it's not high fashion. It's usually gag gifts that you get people in your family that you know. Redbubble is a place where you go to look for the more creative, the more artsy, the more illustrator type things that people really like and they want to represent. And it's stuff that you're not going to find anywhere else, and it's mostly curated by popular artists. Whereas Amazon, you're kind of just getting anyone who walks in the door. Redbubble, most of those people have a following, and then the following comes to Redbubble to buy products of those artists. So that's a little bit of the difference of the two as far as the numbers and how the traffic is acquired. But we need to talk about the money because the money is likely why you're doing most of this. People don't make ads about Redbubble because the platform is just so great for artists. The platform that Redbubble has and Amazon has as far as merch and things like that is something that really creates an amazing opportunity for people. But which one makes you the most money? Well, if you look at most YouTubers right now, there's a lot of YouTube videos being made on Redbubble and not so much on merch by Amazon. And for whatever reason, it seems like that's the case because a lot more search traffic on YouTube happens for Redbubble and not that much happens on merch by Amazon. But if you look at these people, if you look at the Ryan Hogues, if you look at the Juna from Detour Shirts, if you look at RJ Martinez, most of these people have a significantly higher income coming in from merch by Amazon than they do on Redbubble. Even if they put all their shirts from merch by Amazon onto Redbubble, they're still going to be making more from merch by Amazon. And that is likely because there is 200 million people per month going to merch by Amazon. and there's only 19 million people per month going to Redbubble. So it stands to reason that Merch by Amazon is likely the more income producing of the two, and Redbubble is a great option as far as being an artist, but it's likely not going to pay you as much for your designs as Merch by Amazon will. It doesn't mean that Redbubble isn't good though. Redbubble is a great place if you are an artist. If you are someone who is specifically an artist looking to sell your art and build a following, Redbubble is the place to go to help you do that. Redbubble is one of those places that is completely free to start. You don't have to pay anything to have, your products go up. Like on Etsy, you have to pay 20 cents per listing. You have to pay for the shirts if you're using a print provider like Printful or stuff like that. But with Redbubble, you don't have to pay anything for these designs to go up. You can literally just open a Redbubble account, put your art on stuff. If it sells, you get paid. And you get to change your profit margins and things like that. So if you are a independent artist and you're just wanting to get your designs out there and build a following, Redbubble is a great way to do that because, like we said, it gets organic traffic from Google, pulls those people in. Those people have the ability to follow your store. You can update them and you can eventually take them off the platform of Redbubble and things like that to create your own products to sell to them. Merch by Amazon, you're getting 200 million people per month going to Amazon, and if you create designs that sell on Amazon, then you're going to get in front of those people. Merch by Amazon is a huge income potential for people. This is where you want to go if you want to make money and have a solid income for the long term. Merch by Amazon is where it's at if you want to make money, because Merch by Amazon gives you the opportunity to have ads as well. You have the opportunity to put yourself into those bigger spaces on Redbubble. There are huge spaces like watercolor and things like that. My wife makes watercolor stuff and I put that on Redbubble and it looks really good. But those niches are really saturated and it's hard to get seen in those niches without without doing some shady SEO to get to the top of the rankings and then risking your whole account being taken over. With Merch by Amazon, you can have ads. So let's say watercolor was a thing you wanted to design for. You could put ads on your watercolor design to push it to the top of the page, to show it to the 200 something plus 200 million, maybe let's cut it in half. Let's say 100 million people per month. Just because I'm sure not all 200, like we said, are going to Merch by Amazon or going to Amazon to look for merch. But let's just say you showed it to 100 million people. If you got it in front of all those people and your art was good, your art would likely sell, that ad would be profitable, and you would be able to beat the people in the rankings. And then, life is good and you make a whole lot of money. Redbubble, you don't have that option, like we said before. You just kind of have to take what it gives you as far as organic traffic and hope for the best and hope that the spammers get caught before they push your design all the way down to the bottom and you never get seen. But if you do catch the trending stuff that happens on Redbubble, that's something different. Let's move on to a little bit of what Redbubble does really well. Redbubble gives you the the searched phrases that are trending. And this is amazing because it gives people an opportunity to get out ahead and design for what they know people are looking for. And if you get ahead of a trend and you're able to put your stuff on Redbubble and get noticed, then that really helps you out a lot. However, you're going to have to be a trend chaser or just hope that it becomes an evergreen. Merch by Amazon, you've got 200 million people and you've got ads so you can get in front of anybody you want. There's also trends that occur on Amazon. You don't really get to see what those trends are like you do on Redbubble. You kind of just have to put stuff out there and hope that it sells. Now, Redbubble also is amazing at making the upload process isn't exactly smooth and easy, but it is much better than Amazon's. I would love it if Amazon followed Redbubble because Redbubble really has the practice down and the art of how to put your art on everything from a certain dimension that's covered on t-shirts to all over prints to coasters to mugs and things like that. They really make it easy to put your art on all that stuff. Amazon, you have to have at least 4 different file sizes to put on the specific products, which I understand. Amazon does not have time to waste to figure out how to get your design to print on everything. They've just got to, crank stuff out as fast as possible. If it doesn't fit these dimensions, It's not going on the shirt. They're not going to automatically resize it for you. You just have to make sure it looks good whenever you put it up. If it doesn't look good, that's on you. They've got to get stuff out as fast as possible. Redbubble, there's a little bit more of an ability to use different file types for the same design. Like within your listing, you can have 2 or 3 different versions of the same thing. Amazon, that is not the case at all. You've got to just have one design, works on everything. If you want a different design to go on there, make a different listing, and that's all it is. So Redbubble and Amazon are 2 very different beasts, but the general consensus is that if you are a artist specifically, if you are someone who is wanting to be an artist, to grow a following because you have a unique gift as far as painting, illustrations, digital art, and things like that, Redbubble is the way to go long term. Now, Redbubble is growing. Redbubble is not this small thing that is just never going to take off. If you look at Google Trends, Redbubble is growing in popularity. However, Amazon is already popular. Amazon is likely not going to be overtaken by Redbubble anytime soon. If Redbubble does become a threat, Amazon's just likely going to buy them out, and then that's how it's going to be. Redbubble is growing though, so the people on the platform coming to Redbubble are going to eventually go up. You know, maybe it'll get around 100 million per month, but likely not. It's just going to maybe, I think Redbubble's probably going to cap out around 30 million per month. But anyway, that's not a good or a bad thing. It's just, it is what it is, because there's not that many. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Redbubble is growing. They are growing their usership. They're advertising through Google for you, and you don't have to pay for those ads, and they're bringing people in to see Redbubble stuff. So Redbubble is a great place if you're a unique artist and you're wanting to get in on the ground floor of something as it's growing. Redbubble is great for that. Amazon, if you want to make money, if you are in print on demand, not because you want to make the most amazing art, not because you want to inspire people, but because you want to create a passive income for yourself and make income for yourself and your family, Merch by Amazon is the way to go. It is just the one that's going to pay you the most. You're going to have the most likelihood to make more money with Merch by Amazon. That's just plain and simple. So I'm going to leave you with these decisions. You're, like I said, better off if you're an artist with Redbubble. If you're just wanting to make money online, Merch by Amazon. There is a tier system with Merch by Amazon. Redbubble, there's not really a tier system. I mean, you would struggle to meet their upload limit per day, but there's not a tier system like in Merch by Amazon. And if you want to find out more about that, I'll link to a video up here about the tier system in Merch by Amazon. But that's my opinion of these 2 platforms. Neither is incredibly great or incredibly awful. There are ups and downs to both. Merch by Amazon I make a much more money with, as well as most people on YouTube who are selling on Merch by Amazon as well as Redbubble. Most likely they're making more on Merch by Amazon. It's just that Redbubble, for whatever reason, gets a lot of YouTube traffic, so it's profitable to make YouTube videos about Redbubble. It's just, it is what it is. It is what it is, guys. And so Redbubble, if you're an artist, Amazon, Merch by Amazon, if you want to make money online. That is my opinion of these 2. I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope that you are having a great week. We're almost to Friday, and remember, guys, someone is going to do something amazing every day. Why not you? See ya.